of marijuana.
20 pounds, yeah.
And it ended up being 22 pounds of marijuana. So at this point, I'm guessing that's not for personal use.
Not for that weekend.
You really,
right.
You can't go with that angle.
Right.
After 22 pounds.
I noticed on Facebook, just as we started the show, someone has requested I check your eyelash now. So I shall. Close your eye.
What is wrong with my eyelash now?
Don't move. It's that one right there. It's okay. If you haven't followed the show in the saga of the eyelash, she's got an eyelash that.
Really? Do you have to go through this again?
Yeah.
I have one irregular eyelash that just constantly obsesses Todd. I don't know why.
I can see that. But eyelash. Ah! Weird eyelash. And it just keeps growing, and it will not. Close your eyes again. It's kind of crinkly over here. Mm-hmm. Does that bother you?
Only a little. Because you're creepy.
I am creepy. Mm-hmm. So they caught the guys with a pot, 22 pounds. Good way to go.
Yeah, that's not going to be a personal use defense, I'm pretty sure.
This thing is a pet peeve of ours. Always been a concern. Always will. Why are humans
I hate this.
So stupid, and they think nothing of what's going on?
Well, no, this goes back to, remember the Arches National Park and that family from Idaho that carved all their names into a petroglyph that was 2,000 years old, and they took their picture in front of it.
Isn't it 6,000? It's not just 2.
Let's just say it's thousands of years old, which to me it's like it's a lot.
It has survived untouched.
And they had said, well, it's our personal mark. And so the trouble is, Zions National Park is at the point now where they're like, okay, if you're coming in here, we got to remind you of this. Vandalism, making your mark is not art. It is vandalism.
Oh, you idiots.
Yeah, somebody did that. They just posted that saying, we're so happy for you and artistic expression. And if you'll notice, we have a whole program here at Zion National Park allowing artists to live and work within the park. But you know what? Vandalism is not an example, because we're really happy about your artistic expression, but when you're defacing natural resources, It's vandalism.
For the next person to come up and go, hey, 2 triangles, that's stupid.
I just feel for them, because part of the trouble is that every time they have to clean up something like that, it's expensive, and it's a specialist job. And it's like, I don't know any national park that's so rolling in the dough. They're like, no problem, we can clean that up.
I just think about, we have so many international tourists. Germany to Asia and stuff, and they travel all this way, and they make the travel down to southern Utah, and they get off the bus and they walk out and they go through and they see the petroglyphs, and they're like, oh my gosh, and then they see your stuff.
Steve was here.
And they went.
Thank you.
They traveled how far to see that?
But just the fact that they even have to really nicely remind that. And by the way, vandalism is illegal, and if you are caught, they will press you, and there will be fines.
There were some,
and there should be.
There were some down at Lake Powell. These guys actually chiseled it out of this. They put it in their boat, and they were going to bring it home and make a coffee table out of it until someone busted
out of a priceless petroglyph.
At the boat ramp. They caught them.
Yeah, we were talking to one of the park rangers, and he told us about it. But yeah, I guess someone camping nearby them saw it and said, "What are you doing?"
Chipping away.
And they ignored them, and so they went and managed to radio Park
I even put a thing up when that story came out about the family all posing and stuff, and I even put a thing about like what idiots they are, and then somebody actually responded and said, "Well, what makes the people who made it, what makes their art so good and different from the modern?"
I can't even respond.
I can't. There was silence.
I can't even begin to.
You could just hear the sadness. It's like 14 angels lost their wings. That's the kind of silence it was. And it's just like, you know what? Please don't go to southern Utah.
Please don't go to any of the parks. I'm talking to the lady who made that. Yeah. Let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She probably has much more entertaining information for us. She's brought to you by Fink and McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com and tell them that Todd and Erin sent you. Also, by Brio Technologies, your experts in lighting, sound, and video. These guys go on tour with like rock stars because they're that good. But they can also build you a media wall for your house or your school or your business that will just make you want to die. It's that amazing. BrioAudiovisual.com and by the New Millennial Financial Group. Look, this is the time. If you know that the good economy is going to help your retirement, do you know where to target everything? They know the right questions to ask you. Go to utahsfinancialplanner.com. Daisy, my dear, what is going on today?
Well, isn't that NASA?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Hello, everyone. Here's what's making news on Tuesday, June 19th on GetPartDaily.com. A 16-year-old girl died after falling approximately 60 feet in Santa Quin Canyon Monday morning, officials said. The team was hiking near a waterfall approximately 4 miles up the canyon when she fell, Utah County Sheriff's Office officials said. Officials initially said the girl had suffered serious injuries and was in extremely critical condition. Utah County Sheriff's Office deputies, search and rescue, Santa Quin deputies, and ambulance and airmed all responded to the scene. Attempts to save the girl were unsuccessful, and she was pronounced dead at the scene. One person is dead after encountering an industrial pesticide in Wayne County, officials said Monday. The incident occurred at approximately 7:45 p.m. Sunday. The individual was transported to Wayne Community Health Center in Bicknell by ground ambulance, but was later declared deceased. Responders and medical personnel were transported to other medical facilities for evaluation. All personnel, along with the building itself, are being evaluated for contamination from this pesticide. The clinic is closed pending further investigation and evaluation of the incident. And officials in Utah County are searching for a suspect who stole a box containing customers' IDs and keys from a Provo Canyon rental company. Utah County Sheriff's Office officials said the theft occurred at Provo Canyon Outfitters, which is at 3362 East Provo Canyon Road near Vivian Park. Cannon said the man had rented gear from the company. The company requires either an ID or keys from each group that rents items, which are then held as collateral. The man returned without all the gear he had rented, then said something to distract the proprietor of the company, and allegedly stole the box containing around half a dozen sets of car keys and customers' IDs. The sheriff's office is asking that anyone who has further information about the incident or finds the box contact officials on 801-851-4000. And time now for a look at the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's #1 audiovisual specialists, and by Magic Wash, home of the high-tech, long-lasting ceramic car wash with outlets in South Ogden and Layton. Today's weather is in the high 70s with no chance of rain. Then Wednesday's likely to be around 80 degrees. The weekend's going to be very pleasant too, with temps in the low 80s, and at the moment, just about no chance of rain. That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GetPartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy. All right, I got to tell you about the New Millennium Financial Group. They are the group that's going to put your stuff together. You don't. It's like Tetris. How do you get it all into a block? And you got something over here, a 401k, and then you have all this equity in your house, and then your kid's going to college. You got to take that. You want to retire at some point, and you get all this stuff together. What can you do? What's the best way to put it together? And that's when you go to the New Millennium Group. Just go to utahfinancialplanner.com. I
love this story.
Tell me something good then, and I do. And there's a son who lives in Michigan, and his name is Rick, and his dad is in Ontario, and his dad has pancreatic cancer, and so we all know how tough that is. And he's in a care facility, so he talks to him all the time, and Rick talks to his dad on a daily basis. And the nurses and stuff, doctors actually call him and said, your dad's not eating. And
pancreatic cancer, I think, is one of the most painful ones they have.
And we're really concerned about it. And so Rick gets on the phone with him, and he says, Dad, what would you eat? And his dad said, you know what I miss? I miss my favorite food, like a cheeseburger and a shake and fries. He talks to the doctors, and he goes, what do you think? And they went, can't hurt. Got to have him eat something. Need some calories in him. Get him back on the track here and doing this. So Rick thought to himself, They're not going to make this at the care facility.
Definitely not in the way, not what you're picturing anyway. Come
yeah,
on, we all know.
Not really.
There's that place you go for your burger, shake, and fries. They can't replicate
Show
it.
up with a soy burger and you just throw it out the window. So Rick started calling around all the burger joints in the town in Ontario, and he calls around and everybody's like, no. He goes, all I want you to do is deliver these things to my dad in the care facility.
Who would say no to that?
Well, everyone.
I would totally say yes to that. I would totally do that for him.
Everyone said no. And then he finally called, and I got to get the name of this place right. Kip's Flamin' Burgers, Ontario. That
does look delicious. I would
it
totally go there too.
It does look delicious. Carmen answered the phone. And he explained the situation. And she goes, I can do that. She was really hesitant. It's like, really, I'm so busy. And blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the thing, at the end of the lunch rush, she went, you know what? I can do this. And so she
what
did.
A lovely woman.
And she started doing it. There you go, right there. Start reading that right there.
So she finished her shift at work and then drove the food to the local assisted living home, asking for nothing in return. So she would just finish her shift, and then on her way home,
it's not delivery.
She would drop the food off.
No tipping.
To the gentleman.
She put a note on it.
And true to her word, she hand-delivered the burger, french fries, side of gravy with a note that said, "Hi, Dale, this is from your amazing son, Rick. Enjoy your meal." And she did the same thing every day for the next 2 weeks.
How about that?
And she goes, she says, I have a soft spot for the elderly, which I love. So eventually, Rick traveled from Michigan to Pickering so he could visit his dad, and he stopped by the burger joint to personally thank her for the gesture, because that is amazing.
That is amazing.
And he got his french fries and his burger.
Oh, the rest of the people were just hating him in that place.
He's eating his fries, and these are delicious.
People going by going, screw you! I'm getting Jell-O. Quick, Christopher's.
Speaking of glorious food that everyone
gosh.
will hate you for, that would be Christopher's
That's
Prime
Christopher's.
Steakhouse and Grill. We've got to go. We've got to go eat there soon,
four people
please.
are going to sit down. They're going to look at each other. They're going to start laughing. You're going to get caught up and say, "Remember that time that Bob fell off the pier? Yeah, and you shoved him. Yeah, laughter. A great meal, great service. It's a place to go if you've got a special occasion, or just because." Just go to Christopher's.
You need utterly glorious
Just share the
food.
show. Just share the show, and we'll put you in the drawing.
You're automatically qualified, and we'll just pick someone who shared the show at the end of the week. And on Friday, boom, you could be going to Christopher's. It's that simple.
Coming up, 2 of the best stories of the month.
You have been dying for these. You have been dying with excitement.
How many? 2. Are they award-winning? Yes. It's coming up next.
We're brought to you by Fink & McGregor, Mortgages Made Simple. Just head to fink-mcgregor.com. Take 4 minutes to answer some questions, and you'll get a great idea about mortgages that you're eligible for. And by StayFit Wellness Clinic. Go get a personalized health analysis. This is the time to get back in shape, feel better, feel younger, and without a ton of new medications at stayfitwellnessclinic.com.
All right, welcome back to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. I want you to calm yourself.
Okay.
I want you to calm yourself and try not to get too excited. You people out there as well. Like I promised you, this is one of the 2 stories, the best that I've seen this month. Take you to China. I take you to Shandong. That's the province.
Shandong Province in China.
In China. People are driving along the street. There's a storm going on. Nothing big. Shandong is used to this kind of weather. People are just driving on their way.
It's an oceanside area, right?
Of course it is.
Okay.
And they're driving along and just having a great time. It's pouring. The windshield wipers are flapping. The octopus are hitting the windshield. And then there's a starfish. And they're just driving along like they don't even care.
It was really raining seafood. It's raining shrimp. Hallelujah. It's raining. Are you serious?
Yeah. And there were, we're not...
explain the phenomenon.
We're not talking about a fish. We're talking about a downpour of octopus would be the funniest.
There was a picture that we were not allowed to use, but it was hysterical.
Stick to your windshield. That would be awesome. And shrimp, and they actually did pick it up. I mean, it's free food. It
Well, why wouldn't you?
Came from God. Or
kind of.
Sort of.
Wherever.
It was a storm.
Explain the phenomenon of how the sky rained seafood.
Well, we saw the storm. We saw the storm that happened at Strawberry, right? Mm-hmm. And when
The microburst?
no, it was a tornado. It was a
Okay.
tornado when it's over ground. When it's over the water, it's called
Water
a
spout.
cyclone. And the cyclone, I believe, yes, I think I'm right. Cyclone has water in it, and evidently, it sucked up some stuff. Now, I've heard
Wow.
of what do they call them, myths, the urban legends about like a scuba diver found on dry ground. Don't buy that. But a fish, shrimp, and octopus, I'm in on this. This is a true story. I can't believe, and this is not the first time. This has happened in Tampico in Mexico town. The same thing, downpouring of fish. That would be so fun.
I just want it to rain shrimp. I would just stand there with a laundry basket and just go, hit me,
It's funny, a laundry basket is the perfect size. Isn't
right?
it?
I mean, it's just like bounce right off my face and into the basket. I don't care. I'm so happy. Maybe not a lobster, though, because I would think a falling lobster would be very angry,
Very pointy.
very pinchy.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of pinchy.
All right, so, right? Cool
I
story?
mean, an octopus would just kind of go,
Yeah.
and that would be it. It would go, I want to land now. So
Show up at home, couple hickeys, ready to go for dinner. All right, I promised you two.
this is a cool story. I'm not going to lie.
There's a spunky woman, and she's in Hart County, Georgia. And it's so funny because the timing on this is hilarious. She owns a pickup truck because she's spunky. She's putting on a bumper sticker.
She's one of those cool, hardcore Southern women who take no guff.
Right. And she was put. Oh, gosh, what is the name of the bumper sticker? Dang it. Anyway.
Want me to try to find it?
No. Women who behave.
Women who behave rarely make history, which is one of my favorite quotes.
So, she's putting on her bumper. She's got her phone out. She's going to take a picture. When she's taking the picture, she looks to her left, and there's a bobcat sitting there. And it's starting to move on her. It's getting closer, slow, like he's stalking her.
Oh,
and she
my
was like,
God.
first thing she saw was that her daughter was in the house.
I thought it was her granddaughter,
It is her granddaughter in the house.
like 5.
First thing she thought was, don't make any noise. You don't want the kid to see this.
Can you imagine?
So she just put the sticker on. She grabbed her phone. She saw the bobcat. She realized that she was going to have to kill it. She had no gun, and it jumped on her.
Wow. 5-year-old granddaughter sleeping inside, and all you can think is if the bobcat gets into the house and gets past me.
Right. And so she knew that she had to do one thing. Now, it had already bitten and broken 2 fingers on each hand. Her entire body had been beaten by this thing. It's got
Yeah,
claws.
the claws and the kicking legs and
And she manages to get this away from her face, and she puts her grandmother hands around its neck. And she throttled the bobcat to death.
Nana took out the bobcat.
To death.
She
to
choked the
death.
bobcat with her bare hands.
To death.
Nana.
So she's all beat up. She goes, she calls the police, she gets an ambulance. Obviously, the bobcat, there was something wrong. It had rabies, so she actually had to go.
Endless series of shots. It's awful. Oh,
And it's expensive. I had no idea. And this is
It's
not
horrible.
the total thing.
Yeah, it's
they're,
horrible.
They're horrible. But what do you say to a grandmother who choked to death a bobcat?
Mrs. Johnson, can I carry your groceries for you?
Well, this
That's
is
what you
kind of
say.
nice. So the
Wow.
the cousins got together and they thought, okay, the rabies shots had already cost her $10,000. There were more shots to come.
And they're unbelievably painful.
So what they have done is they have set up a fund, and for the first shot of rabies, which will cost her $10,000, and they have set up an account to raise another $10,000.
She throttled. I want a show based around her life. This woman is so cool. She throttled a bobcat with her bare hands.
You can just
This is a woman who lives up to her bumper sticker. I want to know what she does.
You can just imagine her holding the bobcat out like this, throttling it, and then making stew over here, making doilies, just doing that.
Wow.
By the way, if you want to Google this and find out where the funding goes, because it might be a bank, I don't know if it's GoFundMe.
It's usually a GoFundMe. Yeah.
So anyway, her name is Dee Dee, which is DEDE, right? DEDE Phillips.
Way to go, Miss Dee Dee.
Holy mackerel.
She throttled a bobcat.
Guess who gets to win at bingo for the rest of her life? I will get you.
Wow.
See, I told you.
Hey, Mike, I think I'm going to drop this last story because I can't top that. I can't. So let's just go to the break, and when we come back, if you love Lucifer on Fox, it has been saved. And Jay-Z and Beyonce are doing something awesome. We'll tell you next.
We're brought to you by Stay Fit Wellness Clinic. If you're tired of feeling sick and tired, it's time to make an appointment with Dr. Bowden for a new holistic health plan to make you feel better, lose weight, sleep well at StayFitWellnessClinic.com. And by Magic Wash with 2 locations in South Ogden and Layton. Come in for the ceramic car wash that keeps your car cleaner longer by sheeting all the dirt and the water off your nice shiny finish.
We're back. It is the Todd and Erin Daily Stream with the Todd and Erin Hollywood Connection.
Hollywood Connection.
Brought to you by Connect Heating and Air, $39 special to tune up your air conditioning. We've had enough evidence now that you really need your sucker working really well. Just
Really
go to
do.
UtahHeatingandCooling.com. Well, this is kind of cool. This is not one of the ones that I actually watch, although you think I would. But Lucifer, this one's on Fox.
Right.
Good-looking guy who's Lucifer, and he runs a nightclub in L.A., and so, there's stuff. But all of my friends are crazy.
That's the
stuff.
theme of it.
There's things happening all the time.
Vampires.
Well, apparently Fox dropped it. Netflix just picked it up. So congratulations.
This is going to be happening to a lot of. I was reading, because knowledge is swell. But I was reading it. But all the services like Netflix and Sling and all these, they're starving for material.
And so they're snapping up stuff that
There's not
was
enough.
pretty good, but
Exactly. And they can get it for a decent price.
Yeah.
And they buy series now, so if you have a series that you're watching on network, or maybe an HBO, but mostly network, and it's not going to fly, guess who might pick it up? One of these other deals, so your show is basically saved. Because like I said,
nice.
they're just trying to get more stuff to offer, like us, they're people. I thought that was an interesting thing, that more of these shows are getting saved now.
Well, the star Tom Ellis is actually pretty smart. He was the one who actually went to Netflix and pushed it, and then he started.
Did he?
And then he started a Twitter campaign saying, tweet to Netflix and tell them you want him to save Lucifer. And apparently, it was great. It was amazing.
It brought their attention to it anyway, right?
Yeah, it's bored and unhappy as the Lord of Hell, Lucifer Morningstar, abandons his throne and retires to Los Angeles. So there you go. But anyway, it's still on. So girls, congratulations. Eva Maria, I'm very happy for you. Your show is saved.
Okay, I am in the dark about Jay-Z and Beyonce. First of all, what is their status?
They are still together.
Okay.
All the weird parts are, I'm sure there's many weird parts. But they just released a joint album. It's called Everything is Love. And here's the interesting thing. It's released exclusively on his Tidal streaming service. You may remember that Jay-Z bought this huge streaming service. It's like iTunes. But the only place you can get their music is on Tidal. And so the only place that you can actually access this new joint album is on his streaming service.
Didn't they just get a controversy about their streaming service?
Where it was overcounting plays.
Overcounting plays, and so the new artists and stuff weren't getting credit for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
don't know if that was true or not.
3 kids together. They're in Europe on their On the Run tour, but and they start in North America next month. But for women who love the Queen Bee, who's the goddess,
Yeah.
this is the best news ever.
I can't believe they're working together with their spouses.
What kind of idiot?
Coming up, you want to be the mayor of your own town? We're going to give you that opportunity, but first, the national headlines.
All right, let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by the New Millennium by Fink and McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. You cannot believe the options they have for you, and within 4 minutes, you can answer some questions, and they'll call you back on the next business day. Save yourself some money. And then, of course, by the New Millennium Stay Fit Wellness Clinic. Happiness through healthy living. Just go to stayfitwellnessclinic.com. And then by the New Millennium Financial Group. Look, you've got a chance right now with a booming economy to set yourself for retirement, for college funds, for everything that matters to you, if you get the right information. And this is who these people are. Go to utahsfinancialplanner.com. Daisy, my dear, what is going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Here's what's making news in the U.S. and around the world on Tuesday, June 19th on GephartDaily.com. Citibank settled a lawsuit filed by attorneys general in 42 states for $100 million after an investigation found the bank manipulated LIBOR, a benchmark interest rate that helps set up lending rates globally. New York Attorney General Barbara Underwood announced the settlement, saying Citibank made millions of dollars in gains from its fraudulent conduct. Our office has zero tolerance for fraudulent or manipulative conduct that undermines our financial markets, Underwood said. Financial institutions have basic responsibility to play by the rules, and we will continue to hold accountable those who don't. The driver of a taxi that plowed into a crowd in Moscow fell asleep at the wheel, authorities said. A spokesperson for the main directorate of the city's interior ministry said Russia's TASS news agency that the driver lost control of the vehicle after Moscow's Traffic Organization Center reported the driver said the crash Saturday was unintentional. The preliminary cause of the road accident is failure to control the vehicle. The driver has been detained and delivered to the local police office. An inspection is underway, the spokesperson said. Authorities also told TASS the driver was sober at the time of the crash, but fell asleep briefly while driving. And a fire has ripped through Scotland's world-renowned Glasgow School of Art, which was under restoration from a fire 4 years ago. Firefighters battled the blaze, which ripped through the school's Macintosh building and had spread to adjoining buildings. Officials told the New York Times the blaze had consumed about half the building. No one was injured in the blaze, which also spread to nearby buildings, including a campus nightclub, Scottish Fire and Rescue Service said. And time now for a look at the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's #1 audiovisual specialists, and by Magic Wash, home of the high-tech, long-lasting ceramic car wash with outlets in South Ogden and Layton. Today's weather is going to be in the high 70s with little chance of rain. Then Wednesday is likely to be around 80 degrees. The weekend's going to be very pleasant too, with temps in the low 80s and just about no chance of rain. And for more news 24/7, check out GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy. I got to tell you, Finca McGregor, I bet you don't know how many different mortgages there are. I didn't. There are mortgages all over the place, and they're for certain people, and you've got USDA, which sounds like beef, and it is. It's a mortgage for people who live in the country. You can qualify for a mortgage just for that. They have all these different products, and you know what? The realtor might just go, "Hey, I got this company." They also, I think, get a cut of that. Well, why not go to an independent? Finca McGregor are great. Jeff Stout is over there. Just go to their website, and what you're going to do is take a 4-minute test, and when you do that, you're going to find out what kind of different products they have. There's not a lot of. It's 4 minutes. They'll call you back on the next business day and then show you some of your opportunities. Finca McGregor, just give them a call. All right, so.
Tell me this. This is very exciting. I can be mayor of my own town.
This is my dream. This is another best story of the month. How many can there be?
You are chock full of them today.
I am chock full of something. Basically, there is a town. It's outside Lone Pine, California. It's just gone on listing right now. Are you ready? Check it out. Oh, yeah. That's right. It's a ghost town. It's your ghost town.
I get my own ghost town.
You get your own ghost town. For the price of a small San Francisco apartment, you can buy the 300 acres and a small town.
Wow. How much is it?
Well, funny. First, we need the description. Erin, if you will.
Let's draw you in.
Yes.
In the shadow of Mount Whitney, the property includes a vast acreage of sage-studded land with mineral rights and a well-preserved, authentic ghost town. There is almost 24 buildings, including a church, a saloon, a historic hotel called the Bellshaw Bunkhouse, a hoist house, and a superintendent's house. It's an opportunity for you to own a real piece of the Wild West and American history.
Come on.
That's pretty freaking cool.
We could start a commune
20 buildings.
and starve to death.
And I could live in the saloon.
There is a...
Where do you live? In a saloon?
I don't know. It's not a great farming community because it's sagebrush and sand.
All right, yeah, it's arid, but how much?
But it's a dry heat. And I think...
Okay, you're selling this a little too hard.
$925,000. Divided by... How many?
Like if you and all your
20?
friends wanted to go in on a
Ghost town?
ghost town.
That would be... We know people who have desert land, and they love it.
This is true.
And there's got nothing on that property.
We could do like a mini Burning Man there.
We could do stuff. It would be awesome.
That would be very cool. I'm not going to lie. Having your own ghost town.
I want one.
I know.
Just go to ghosttownforsale.com. And let me know if you're going to buy it. I would like to visit.
I know details.
I
We
would
want
like
details.
to visit you.
All right, coming up next is there.
People who are taking their life into their own hands. If they ever did this to you, Erin, I wouldn't have to worry about protecting you because I'd be looking over and you'd have both eyeballs of theirs in your hand and doing this with them. Because there's certain things you don't do to Erin, and the next thing we're going to tell you is just one of them.
We're brought to you by Connect Heating and Air. Go to UtahHeatingandCooling.com for their $39 air conditioner tune-up special. Some care now could make the difference in hundreds of dollars of energy bills this summer. And by New Millennium Financial Group. Take your feeble financial health back to a more robust position with a consult with New Millennium Financial Group. They're offering a complimentary financial analysis to get you started at utahsfinancialplanner.com.
Hi, welcome back. I think this might be another great story. Another great story.
This is today. This is your thing. This is who
It's
you
like,
are today.
Stinking hot. If someone did this to you, Erin, you'd be in prison for murder.
What is it? Tell me. Explain.
This is an English airport,
Okay.
and you always see people and they're just kind of dead tired. They've been traveling forever. Maybe they missed their flight. Maybe they're
Layovers or stuck there for hours and hours. Oh yeah, of course.
and it just happens, you know. And the in this airport, this is in England, they started getting a bad reputation
What do you mean?
because in the airport,
People were sleeping? Well, people sleep in airports. It happens.
like $600 a night. Or during the day.
600?
Yeah, because
Wow.
the local hotels are $185.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And so you're on a 4-hour stopover, you know, and or 5 or 6 or an 8.
Yeah, you're not going to pay $180 just for 5 hours.
So some people actually set up hammocks.
That might be more than I would be prepared
Start
to.
a little campfire. No, I'm kidding about that. The hammocks, though, I am. So what they decided to
That's
do
a
to
bit
clean
much.
up the image of their deal is they have a new police squad, the anti-snooze guards.
Are you kidding me?
There's anti-sneeze guards at the buffet. No, anti-snooze guards. Every
How can you do that?
10 minutes, they come around. Hey, 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 hey. You could not do this to Erin. Erin would hurt
I would
you.
have your eyeballs in my
You
hand.
would just be going, yeah, I
Like
got your
dice.
eyeballs.
Oh no, you don't wake me up. You do not. That is so cruel. What are they supposed to do?
Not sleep, evidently. Or,
Oh no,
the old-
you thwack me on the forehead. It's done. I'm
Oh.
taking your fingers and I'm keeping them all.
see?
Wow. What is the
So-
response so far? Because I'm guessing people aren't that thrilled.
No one's died yet, which is good.
I guess that's true.
And the other thing they do is because this is a smaller airport, not that small, but what they do is after the last flight, they close the airport down
Wow.
from midnight to 2
I've never seen that.
just to get people out. How mean is that?
This is when you would feel homeless, because you'd be standing there with your suitcase and you're exhausted, and you're sitting out on one of the benches in front of the airport because it's closed.
And
That's brutal.
Think of your mood. If you've ever missed a flight, or the flight that's coming to pick you and doing a switch over, what do they call it? One of those.
Whatever they do.
And you're waiting for the plane, and it's not going to come. It broke down in another city, and you're hanging out for 8 hours. Remember that feeling? You possibly don't smell that good. You've been eating airport food. You had a Cinnabon, which is the size of a small farm animal, and it's not sitting well. And then this guy comes along. You just managed to get your eyes closed. And this guy comes over, and he's like, on your head.
I'd murder somebody.
Yeah,
I would set them on fire.
And there's not a witness. There's not a person in that place that would call you, and
I
turn
didn't
you
see
in.
anything. Not a thing.
No.
Oh, but yeah, it's the closing it and driving everybody out that's even meaner, though, because it's just like, but technically, don't I own a chunk of the real estate of this airport while I'm in it? Because I paid money and all your special airport fees, which, by the way, suck, to go through your airport. So it seems like while I am here, I have purchased a chunk of
A certain
land
chunk.
that I get to sit on while waiting for my next flight
They were
that I
just-
have paid for from
yeah.
your airport.
That's a nice thought, but no.
But it's unreasonable.
No.
It's not like you're homeless. You're an exhausted traveler trying to get somewhere.
Not in that airport, baby.
Wow,
All
that's
right.
brutal.
All right, so that was a sad good story. We hope you guys have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow noon.
Oh, don't forget to share the show so that you can qualify for the Christophers. And we're going to
that.
start talking about our burger parties. You're going to love them.
Oh, see you guys. See you.
Burgers and fries, always
I
good.
can, yeah.
I know, right?
Have that for breakfast.
Yeah.
By the way,